Emma woke up before sunrise. Her alarm clock was not a device, but the responsibility she carried on her shoulders. Her first task of the day was to prepare breakfast for her mother, whose fragile health required constant care. "Good morning, Mom. How are you feeling today?" she would ask with a smile, even though the answer was almost always the same. After ensuring her mother was comfortable, Emma hurried to wake her younger sister, Lucia. "Come on, sleepyhead. Time to get ready for school," she would say while stroking the girl's hair. The routine was always the same, but Emma knew her dedication was a fundamental pillar for her family, especially after the loss of their father. With Lucia ready, Emma hurried to prepare her backpack and make sure everything was in order. "Don't forget your lunch and behave well at school," she advised. After dropping her sister off at school, Emma headed to work, her spirit of resilience and determination already in full swing. Emma worked as an assistant chef in a restaurant within a luxury hotel. It was a demanding job, but necessary to support her family. She arrived at the hotel always with a smile, greeting colleagues and starting her tasks with enthusiasm. "Good morning, everyone. Let's make this a great day," she encouraged. Her workday was intense, but Emma never let it affect her mood. Between chopping vegetables and preparing ingredients, she thought of her mother and sister, and this gave her strength. "Every dish prepared is one step closer to securing a better future for them," she thought to herself. Colleagues admired Emma for her work ethic and the way she maintained her composure under pressure. "You're amazing, Emma. I don't know how you manage it," one of the cooks would say. Emma just smiled and replied, "It's the love for my family that gives me strength." At the end of the shift, before going home, Emma always called her mother. "Is everything okay there, Mom? Do you need anything?" Her mother's calm response was what she needed to feel at peace. Emma then returned home, exhausted but with a heart full of gratitude for another day completed. Emma's routine might seem exhausting, but for her, it was a testament to her resilience and love. Each morning was a new challenge, but also a new opportunity to show the strength that existed within her. And so, day after day, Emma continued, steadfast and determined, to care for those she loved. In the hotel restaurant, Emma faced daily challenges with determination. The work environment was often hostile, particularly because of Jack, the head chef. He was known for his intimidation tactics and inappropriate advances, creating an atmosphere of constant tension. "Emma, you messed up again," he would shout, even when the mistake wasn't hers. Despite this, Emma kept her head high and continued to work with professionalism. Her focus was on ensuring that the dishes were perfect and that the customers were satisfied. "Don't let it shake you, Emma. You're better than this," she murmured to herself while preparing the ingredients. Her determination was unshakable, motivated by her love for her family. Jack, however, seemed to take special pleasure in unfairly criticizing Emma. "You'll never be more than an assistant, you know?" he taunted. Emma took a deep breath and responded calmly, "I'm here to do my job, Jack. Let's focus on that." Her resilience was a shield against the chief's attacks. Colleagues noticed the injustice, but few had the courage to confront Jack. "Emma, are you okay?" asked Maria, one of the cooks. "Yes, I am. Don't worry about me," Emma replied with a smile. She knew she couldn't let Jack win. She needed to remain strong for her family. Despite the criticism and uncomfortable situations, Emma did not let this affect her performance. She was known for her skill and the way she could remain calm even during the busiest times. "Emma, you are an example to all of us," said Jorge, the sous chef. "Thank you, Jorge. I just do what needs to be done," she responded humbly. Every day, Emma proved her competence and professionalism, even though Jack tried to demoralize her. "You'll never be promoted with that attitude," he insisted. Emma just continued to work, knowing that her dedication would one day be recognized. "My strength comes from my love for my family," she thought. Despite the difficulties, Emma found moments of joy and friendship at work. The quick conversations and shared smiles with colleagues helped her maintain her spirits. "Come on, guys. We're almost at the end of the shift," she encouraged them during the toughest moments. Her resilience was an example to everyone, and even in the darkest moments, She found strength in her love for her mother and sister. "I will get through this," she promised herself. One morning, while Emma was busy in the kitchen, a sense of unease began to take over her. She decided to step out for 5 minutes to call her mother and make sure everything was okay at home. "I'll be right back, folks. Just need to make a quick call," she told her colleagues before rushing out. While on the phone, Emma noticed something strange through the window overlooking the pool area. A child was struggling in the water, clearly in danger. Without a second thought, she ran towards the pool, shouting for help. "Help! Someone call a lifeguard!" Her voice was urgent and filled with fear. Emma jumped into the pool without hesitation, swimming quickly to the child. With precise movements, she managed to bring the boy to the edge of the pool, where other guests helped pull him out of the water. "Stay calm. It's all right now," she said while trying to comfort the frightened child. Soaked, Emma knew she needed to return to the kitchen. If it wasn't for her, the child would have died. Some guests remarked who arrived just as Emma saved the child. "I just did what anyone would do," she replied humbly, as she rushed back to her post. Her mind was already concerned about the possible consequences of leaving her work. Upon returning to the kitchen, Jack's reaction was immediate and severe. "Where were you, Emma? We're all overwhelmed here," he shouted. Still dripping water, Emma tried to explain the situation. "There was an emergency at the pool. A child was drowning, and I needed to help." However, Jack was not interested in listening. "That's no excuse for abandoning your post. You're fired," Jack declared with a look of malicious satisfaction. Emma's colleagues were shocked and tried to intervene. "But Jack, she saved a life," exclaimed Jorge, outraged. "That doesn't matter. Rules are rules," Jack coldly replied, ending any further discussion. Emma felt a mix of sadness and anger as she gathered her things. "You did the right thing, Emma. We're all on your side," Maria said, trying to console her friend. "Thank you, Maria. I don't know what I'll do now, but I don't regret what I did," Emma responded with determination. She knew she had acted correctly, even if it cost her the job. As she left the hotel, Emma reflected on what had happened. Her resilience would be tested once again, but she was determined not to let injustice bring her down. This isn't over yet. The parents of the child Emma saved were determined to find and thank their heroine. "Who was the employee who saved our son?" they asked the hotel manager. After a brief search, they discovered that Emma had been fired. "That's unacceptable. We need to speak with her," they said, outraged. They went to the kitchen to talk to Emma's colleagues. "How did this happen? Why was Emma fired?" asked the boy's mother, still visibly shaken. Jorge, sadly, explained, "Emma was unjustly fired by Jack. She was just trying to save a life." The parents were appalled by the injustice. "She was a heroine, and this is how they treat her?" exclaimed the father, full of anger and determination. "We won't let this go. We're going to speak to the hotel owner," he said, heading to the reception. The mother agreed. Emma deserves to be recognized, not punished. Together, they decided to fight for justice. Meanwhile, Emma was at home, trying to find the strength to explain to her mother and sister what had happened. "Don't worry, Emma. You did what you had to do," said her mother, trying to comfort her. Lucia, with eyes full of admiration, added, "You are our heroine." At the hotel, the child's parents managed to get a meeting with Richard, the hotel owner. "We need to talk about Emma," they began. They told the whole story, from the rescue to the unfair dismissal. "This is unacceptable. She saved our son and now she's out of a job because of it," they said firmly. Richard, perplexed by what he heard, decided to investigate personally. "I will review the security footage and talk to witnesses. I promise I will make a fair decision," he assured. The child's parents thanked him and waited anxiously for a response. "Thank you for listening to us. We hope that justice will be served," they said as they left. While they waited, Emma's friends in the kitchen were apprehensive. "I hope Richard sees the truth and does the right thing," commented Maria. "Emma deserves justice," agreed Jorge. The atmosphere at work was tense. but there was a sense of hope in the air. Everyone knew that Emma was a special person. Emma, at home, tried to stay positive. "Everything will work out, Mom. I believe that," she said, trying to hide her concern. Her mother and sister were by her side, offering support and unconditional love. "You are strong, Emma. You will get through this," her mother said, holding her hand affectionately. The support from the child's parents and Emma's colleagues created a solidarity chain that promised to change the course of events. Emma, with her resilience and determination, was about to discover that her act of bravery would not be forgotten. "The truth always prevails," she thought, as she awaited the next steps. Richard, the hotel owner, spent the morning reviewing the security footage and talking to the employees. He wanted to understand exactly what had happened. "Please call the head of security," he asked the manager. As he watched the videos, it became clear that Emma had acted with courage and quick thinking to save the child. "Impressive," he murmured to himself. Later, Richard summoned some witnesses, including Emma's colleagues. "What can you tell me about the situation?" he asked Jorge. "Emma acted without hesitation, sir. She saved the child and then was fired by Jack, who didn't want to hear explanations," Jorge explained. Maria confirmed, "She has always been an excellent employee. This was a great injustice." Determined to delve deeper into the investigation, Richard called Jack for a discussion. "Jack, I want to know why Emma was fired after saving a child," he said, looking directly at him. Jack tried to justify his decision with excuses that Emma had abandoned her post. "The rules are clear, sir," Jack stated, trying to maintain his composure. However, Richard was not convinced. "Rules exist, but context matters. Emma acted to save a life," he countered. He then called Emma for a meeting. "Emma, I want to hear your side of the story," he said, in a softer tone. Emma, still shaken by the dismissal, recounted everything in detail. "I stepped out for 5 minutes to call my mother. That's when I saw the child in the pool. I knew I had to help that child. I couldn't ignore it," she said firmly. After hearing all sides, Richard made his decision. "It's clear that Emma acted correctly. Jack, your actions and how you handled this were unacceptable," Richard declared authoritatively. Jack was speechless, visibly nervous. "She should be rewarded, not punished," continued Richard, showing his displeasure. Emma was surprised by how events unfolded. "Thank you for listening to me, sir," she said gratefully. Richard smiled and replied, "You did what was right, Emma. Your courage and determination are admirable." He knew he needed to correct the injustice and show that the hotel valued its employees. Richard then decided to call a general meeting with the entire team. "Everyone, I need to speak with all of you," he announced over the PA system. When everyone was assembled, he began, "Our hotel values justice and integrity. Emma demonstrated this with her act of bravery." Everyone listened attentively, waiting for the decision. "Emma will be reinstated immediately, and there will be changes in the kitchen leadership," declared Richard. The colleagues applauded, showing their support. Jack, on the other hand, was demoted and given a severe warning. "We need leaders who inspire, not intimidate," Richard concluded, looking directly at Jack. Emma felt a wave of relief and joy. Her resilience and determination had been rewarded. She looked at her colleagues, who smiled and applauded her, and knew she was not alone in this journey. "Thank you all," she said, moved. Richard concluded, "This is a new beginning for all of us. Let's make this hotel an even better place to work and for our guests." The next day, Emma returned to work with a mix of anxiety and hope. Upon entering the kitchen, she was greeted with applause and warm hugs from her colleagues. "Welcome back, Emma. We missed you," said Maria with a smile. Emma felt a wave of emotion and gratitude. "Thank you, everyone. It's good to be back," she responded, trying to hold back tears. Richard called Emma to his office. "Emma, I want to personally apologize for what happened. You showed extraordinary courage," he said, looking directly into her eyes. "As recognition for your professionalism and dedication, I would like to offer you a promotion to sous chef," he continued, with a smile. Emma was surprised and moved. "Thank you, sir. This means a lot to me and my family," she replied, her voice trembling. Richard continued, "You deserve it, Emma. Your determination and work ethic are inspiring." Emma felt a renewed energy and determination, ready to embrace the new responsibilities. As she took on her new position, Emma began to implement small changes in the kitchen. "Let's work together to improve the environment here," she told her colleagues. She encouraged more open communication and mutual support among the team. "If you need help, don't hesitate to ask," she would say, always with a smile. Colleagues soon noticed the difference. The atmosphere became more collaborative and less tense. "Emma, you really made a difference here," said Jorge. "We're all more motivated." Emma felt fulfilled seeing that her initiatives were working. "Teamwork is the key to success," she replied. Her family also felt the positive impact of the change. "Mom, Emma got promoted," Lucia exclaimed, full of pride. Emma's mother smiled, moved. "I'm so proud of you, my daughter. I knew your determination would make a difference," she said, embracing Emma. The promotion brought not just financial relief but also renewed spirit for everyone. As Emma adjusted to her new role, Jack, on the other hand, faced the consequences of his actions. Demoted and with his influence diminished, he tried to stay in line. "I'll show everyone that I'm still valuable," he thought, but the team no longer saw him the same way. Jack's fall opened up space for a healthier and more productive environment. Emma seized the opportunity to create new dishes and innovate the restaurant's menu. "I've always wanted to try these recipes," she said while working with the team. "Let's surprise the customers." Her passion for cooking was contagious, and soon the restaurant began to receive praise for the new flavors and the quality of the dishes. Emma's promotion marked a turning point in her professional life. Her resilience and determination had been recognized, and she was ready to continue growing. "This is just the beginning," she thought, looking to the future with hope and confidence. The results were remarkable. The new dishes quickly became favorites among the hotel guests. "These new recipes are amazing, Emma," Jorge commented. "The guests can't stop praising them." Emma smiled, satisfied. "This is the result of our teamwork. All of you made this possible," she replied, acknowledging the collective effort. The atmosphere in the kitchen continued to improve. Emma encouraged recognition and mutual appreciation. "Each of you is a vital part of our success," she would regularly say. "Let's keep supporting each other." The team felt more motivated and united, knowing that their efforts were appreciated. Emma also dedicated time to train and mentor new employees. "I know it can be tough at the beginning," she told a new kitchen assistant, "but we're all here to help you grow." Her guidance and support created an environment where everyone felt encouraged to improve and contribute with their unique skills. Meanwhile, the reputation of the hotel's restaurant grew. "We're receiving great feedback from the customers," the manager informed Richard, "all thanks to the changes that Emma implemented." Richard felt proud of his decision to promote Emma. She brought new life to this kitchen, he thought, pleased with the success. Emma, for her part, felt fulfilled. Each day was an opportunity to grow and learn more. "The resilience and determination that brought me here will continue to guide me," she reflected. Her journey was far from over, but she knew that with love, work, and friendship, she could overcome any challenge. Over time, Jack continued to exhibit inappropriate behavior despite his demotion. Emma, always vigilant, closely monitored the situation to ensure a safe and positive environment for everyone. "We need to maintain the integrity of our team," she told her colleagues. The tension reached its peak when Jack attempted to sabotage Emma's work. "This will show who's in charge here," he murmured as he altered a crucial recipe. Fortunately, Jorge noticed in time. "Jack, this is not acceptable." Jorge confronted him, drawing the attention of Emma and Richard. Richard was immediately informed and decided it was time to act. "Jack, we need to talk," he said firmly. During the meeting, Richard presented evidence of the sabotage attempts and Jack's toxic behavior. "Your behavior does not reflect the values of our hotel. You are fired," Richard declared, ending any attempt by Jack to defend himself. The news of Jack's dismissal spread quickly through the kitchen. "Finally, justice has been done," commented Maria, relieved. "Without Jack here, we can truly thrive." The team felt a huge weight lifted from their shoulders. Emma, though never wishing ill on anyone, knew it was for the best for everyone. "Now we can focus on growing and improving," she thought. Emma continued to lead with the same passion and dedication. "Let's use this opportunity to further strengthen our teamwork," she told her colleagues. She implemented new practices that encouraged collaboration and innovation. "Everyone has a voice here. Let's listen to each other," she affirmed, reinforcing an environment of respect and mutual support. The kitchen flourished under Emma's leadership. The work environment became more positive and productive, directly reflecting in the quality of the dishes served. "The customers are more satisfied than ever," the manager reported to Richard. "This is the result of Emma's excellent work and her team." Emma also invested in developing her skills and those of her colleagues. "Let's participate in workshops and learn new techniques," she suggested, organizing training sessions. The team was excited and engaged, knowing they were in an environment where growth and learning were valued. Richard, seeing the growing success of the restaurant, knew he had made the right decision. "Emma has brought a new era to this place," he thought. He felt increasing pride in how Emma had transformed the kitchen. "Keep it up, Emma. You're doing an incredible job," he told her, with a smile of approval. As Emma and Richard worked together, their professional relationship began to evolve. They shared ideas and plans to improve the restaurant, always striving for excellence. "Emma, your ideas for the new menu are fantastic," Richard praised during a meeting. "Let's implement these changes immediately." Their conversations became more frequent and personal. "How is your family, Emma?" Richard would ask, genuinely interested. Emma smiled and replied, "My mother is stable and Lucia is doing well in school." "And your son, Richard?" He responded with a sad smile. "He's growing up fast. It's tough balancing work and parenting alone." This exchange of personal experiences brought them closer. "I understand that difficulty well," Emma shared about her home responsibilities. "Sometimes, I feel like there's never enough time." Richard agreed. "Life is full of challenges, but having people who support us makes all the difference." Their mutual admiration turned into a stronger bond. They began to spend more time together outside of work, sharing meals and talking about life. "Did you know I was a chef before I became the owner of this hotel?" Richard revealed one day during dinner. Emma was surprised and interested. "I didn't know. That must have been an interesting journey." Richard talked about his career and the challenges he faced when opening the hotel. "I always wanted to create a place where people felt at home," he explained. Touched by his vision, Emma commented, "And you have. This hotel is special." He thanked her with a smile. "With your help, it's becoming even more so." As time passed, their friendship flourished, and the admiration turned into something deeper. "Richard, I never thought I'd find someone I could share so much with," Emma confessed. He held her hand and replied, "I feel the same, Emma. You've brought new light into my life." Both knew they were falling in love but were cautious, mindful of the responsibilities and expectations around them. "We need to think about Lucia and your son," Emma said. Richard agreed. "Yes, we need to be careful, but I believe that together we can face anything." Emma and Richard's professional relationship continued to thrive, reflecting in the quality of the restaurant and the satisfaction of the customers. "You two make an excellent team," Jorge commented one day. "The positive impact you both have here is evident." Emma and Richard just smiled, feeling the truth in Jorge's words. As Emma balanced her personal and professional life, she felt she was building something solid and meaningful. "I'm happy, Mom. Things are finally falling into place," she said one evening after a long day. Her mother smiled and replied, "You deserve all the happiness, my daughter. Your father would be proud." Emma and Richard were determined to build a future together, both personally and professionally. They knew there would be challenges, but the strength of their partnership and the love they were developing would be enough to overcome any obstacle. "We're just getting started," Emma thought, feeling ready for whatever came next. Emma and Richard decided to make their relationship official, and news of their engagement quickly spread through the hotel. "We're getting married," Emma announced to the team, who applauded and celebrated the news. "Congratulations, Emma. You deserve all the happiness," said Maria, embracing her enthusiastically. Richard, in turn, also shared the joy with the hotel staff. "I am very happy for this new chapter in our lives," he commented, with a radiant smile. Preparations for the wedding began, and Emma soon realized it would not be an easy task. "Organizing a wedding is harder than cooking for 100 people," she joked with Lucia, who was excited to be the maid of honor. "We'll do this together, Emma," Lucia responded, showing her unconditional support. Meanwhile, Richard took care of the financial and logistical details. "We need to make sure everything is perfect for the big day," he said, reviewing lists and contracts. Emma and Richard worked as a team, just as they did in the hotel kitchen. "Let's make this an unforgettable event," Emma agreed, feeling grateful to have Richard by her side. However, not everything went smoothly. Jack, resentful and vengeful, tried to sabotage the preparations. He kept in touch with some employees and knew everything that was going on. "I'll show them they can't sideline me," he thought, as he spread rumors and created minor obstacles. He even tried to interfere with the wedding suppliers, canceling orders and creating confusion with dates and times. Aware of the threat Jack posed, Emma and Richard strengthened communication with everyone involved in the wedding. "Let's make sure everything is confirmed and double-checked," Richard said, reviewing every detail again. Emma, for her part, remained firm. "Nothing will ruin our happiness," she stated, determined not to let Jack win. Emma's friends in the kitchen were essential during this time. "We're here to help with whatever is needed," said Jorge, taking the lead in organizing some aspects of the event. "We'll make the best dishes this hotel has ever seen," he promised, encouraging the team. Friendship and teamwork once again showed their strength. Meanwhile, Jack made one last attempt at sabotage, spreading rumors that Richard was having doubts about the marriage. "Have you heard? It seems Richard isn't so sure," he whispered to the employees. When Richard heard about this, he went straight to talk to Emma. "Don't believe these lies, Emma. I have never been so sure of anything in my life," he assured her, looking into her eyes. Emma also received constant support from her mother and sister. "You are my strength," Emma said, moved. Her mother smiled and replied, "You deserve all the happiness in the world, my daughter." Lucia, always by Emma's side, helped with every detail, ensuring her sister had the wedding of her dreams. As the big day approached, Emma and Richard took a moment to reflect on their journey. "We've been through so much together," said Emma, looking into Richard's eyes. "And we'll continue to face anything, side by side," he replied, holding her hand. Their bond was stronger than ever. The night before the wedding was filled with emotions and anticipation. "Everything is ready," Lucia said excitedly. Emma, trying to control her anxiety, looked at her sister and mother. "Thank you for always being by my side," she said, with tears in her eyes. Her mother smiled and replied, "We are all so proud of you, Emma." The big day finally arrived, and the hotel was filled with joy and anticipation. The hall was elegantly decorated, reflecting the love and care Emma and Richard had devoted to the preparations. "Everything is perfect," said Maria, observing the flowers and tables. "Emma will love it." Emma was in her room, getting ready with the help of Lucia and her mother. "You look beautiful, Emma," said Lucia, her eyes shining with emotion. "Thank you, my dear," Emma replied, smiling through tears of happiness. Her mother adjusted her veil and said, "You deserve this moment, my daughter. Enjoy every second." Across the hotel, Richard was nervous but eager to see Emma. "Are you ready for this?" Jorge asked, adjusting Richard's tie. "More than ever," Richard responded with a smile. He looked into the mirror and took a deep breath, feeling the significance of the moment. Guests began to arrive, including friends, family, and colleagues. Everyone was excited and happy to share this special day. "It's an honor to be here," commented one of the hotel employees. "Emma and Richard are incredible together," The feeling of love and support was palpable in the air. Emma made sure to invite the family of the child she had saved. They were a crucial part of my journey, Emma told everyone. It was after that event that everything changed in my life. The family was present, moved and grateful to be part of the special day. "We are here thanks to you, Emma," said the boy's mother, with tears in her eyes. "You gave us an invaluable gift." When the time for the ceremony came, Emma was walked down the aisle by her mother. Richard, seeing her, was speechless. "You look wonderful," he said as Emma approached. "And you look perfect," she replied, holding his hand firmly. The ceremony began, and the celebrants' words echoed, celebrating their love and union. During the exchange of vows, Richard looked deeply into Emma's eyes and said, "Emma, you brought light into my life. I promise to be by your side, in good times and bad, always with love and dedication." Emma, moved, replied, "Richard, you are my strength and support. I promise to love you and our family, with all my heart, forever." The vows were followed by applause and tears of happiness among the attendees. "You two are perfect together," whispered Lucia, moved. Emma's mother, holding back tears, said, "It's a moment I'll never forget." The ceremony ended with a passionate kiss between the newlyweds, sealing their union. The reception was a joyful celebration, filled with laughter, dancing, and heartfelt speeches. "I want to thank everyone for being here today," Richard said during his speech. "This day wouldn't be the same without the love and support of each one of you." Emma, by his side, added, "We are blessed to have you in our lives. Thank you for sharing this moment with us." Emma's colleagues organized a special surprise, a slideshow presentation with photos and unforgettable moments from Emma and Richard's journey. "This is incredible," exclaimed Emma, as the images played on the screen. "You guys are amazing," she thanked, her heart full of gratitude. The night continued with more dancing and celebrations. Emma and Richard, surrounded by friends and family, felt deeply loved and supported. "This is the beginning of a new chapter, my dear," Richard said as they danced. "And I'm excited to live every moment by your side," Emma replied, with a radiant smile. They knew that together, they could face any challenge and build a bright future. "We are ready for whatever comes," Emma thought, holding Richard's hand tightly and lovingly. After the exciting wedding celebration, Emma and Richard began their new life together, filled with plans and dreams. They returned to work at the hotel, even more motivated to take the restaurant to new heights. "We have a lot to do, but I am confident that we can achieve it," Richard said as they reviewed the goals for the next quarter. "Let's aim for that long-awaited 5-star rating for our kitchen," added Emma, determined. Emma continued to innovate the menu and improve the work environment. "Each dish must be a masterpiece," she said, inspiring her team. The colleagues, now more united than ever, followed her guidelines with enthusiasm. "We are all in this journey together," commented Jorge, "and we will achieve success," Maria added with conviction. The fame of the restaurant grew, attracting more customers and positive reviews. "This is the best dinner I've ever had," said a regular customer. "You really outdo yourselves with each visit." Emma and Richard knew they were on the right track, and the team shared a sense of accomplishment. "We are on the right path to 5 stars, Richard affirmed, pleased with the progress. On the personal side, Emma and Richard's life flourished. They decided to expand their family, and soon the news that Emma was pregnant brought even more happiness. "We're going to have a baby," Emma announced, radiant. Lucia, always affectionate, was thrilled. "I'm going to be an aunt," she exclaimed, already making plans to help. Emma's mother, moved, said, "You are building a beautiful family. Your father would be so proud." Challenges did not disappear, but Emma and Richard's resilience helped them overcome them. When problems arose, they faced them together, always finding creative and effective solutions. "The key is never to give up," Emma said, remembering all they had gone through. "With determination, we can conquer anything." The relationship between Emma and Richard continued to grow, based on respect and mutual support. "We are always here for each other," Richard said during tough times. And that makes all the difference. Emma agreed, feeling loved and supported. Their partnership was the solid foundation on which they built their future. The restaurant finally achieved the long-desired 5-star rating. "We did it," Emma celebrated, embracing Richard and the team. The achievement was the result of hard work, determination, and a love for what they did. "This is just the beginning," Richard said, his eyes shining with hope. "We have a bright future ahead." Emma and Richard's life was a testimony to resilience, love, and hard work. Together, they built a legacy that inspired everyone around them. "We are ready for any challenge," Emma thought, looking at her family and the future with confidence and joy. "Because together, we are invincible."